Because when you're disabled, you realize the world wasn't built to accommodate for your needs, but accessibility is a necessity and it benefits us all. I imagine, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're sort of having to work around the world that is built for people different from them, right? So the maps and things are the least that the world can do to help them out. And I do think Hong Kong is very, very ahead of the curve with this kind of stuff. Like, because we're so urban, right? So much density, and so there is more resources to actually put all the accessibility features in, like, all over the place. Like we are full of shopping malls. With, so all of them have like all the, what do you call them? The paving and all that. So I think it really is not bad compared to most of what you see in this country. If only it was like that everywhere. If access was the standard and we'd be living in a different kind of world. Yeah. No, but then again, it is, I mean, first of all, it is an sort of a moral value to care for your minorities. So first of all, you need to have a society that cares for that. And then afterwards, you need to have the resources to do it. And I said Hong Kong is like that because of our density. Like, once you set up some accessibility feature, it benefits tons of people even in that area. Like, I mean, even just the buildings that were on fire, that's like one incident, one tiny area for like 2,000 flats that were affected. In the case of a fire, that's bad. Obviously, that's bad. But in the case of like spending resources on making accessibility features, that's great, because let's say if you add some features on the open area outside of those buildings, you benefit all those people in all those buildings. I can't tell if this is like an inappropriate example just because it is so sensitive, like so recent. But at the same time, I feel like that is an effective example because people have seen the videos and pictures, so you know what the density is like. You know what I'm saying? It's also in other situations as well. Let's say you want fiber optics in your home. We in Hong Kong, we had fiber optics ages and ages ago. Like, I don't know when exactly though. I don't know when, but when I was pretty young. Whereas in Manchester, I got it like last year, and I was in shock that we didn't have it over here. But that's because we have much lower density in British cities. So every time, let's say they add like a cable somewhere towards a certain area, you only benefit a small number of people. Whereas in Hong Kong, let's say if you grab a cable and plug it into one building, bam, you benefit like, I don't know how many, 8, so like hundreds of flats, right, and thousands of people. It's the same thing. So it's, as I said on Thursday on the last stream, a lot of things that surrounding like the culture, the way of life, the politics, the values in Hong Kong, all of that, it all boils down to the density. So many things are an indirect consequence of the density. And that also includes your internet and your accessibility. Thing is, exclusion is more expensive than inclusion. It can be expensive to make something accessible, but if you make it inaccessible in the first place, it costs more to change it. I see what you mean. It costs more to change it. Yeah, definitely. But that it's also like, because I'm a sort of a infrastructure nerd, and it kind of ties into that. It's like if you make a bad train line now, and then you try to make it better in the future, it costs much more, right? If you make it better now, you make like high quality transportation now, it costs more, but then in the long run you save because you don't have to fix it afterwards, right? But at the same time, that is assuming that the society is not heartless, right? If they never make it accessible, then they don't have to spend. You're making the assumption that eventually people will have compassion and empathy and want to make things accessible for people with disabilities, but sadly that is not true in a lot of places. Of course, we want that to be true, Future proofing, exactly, future proofing. The worst part is when they make something less accessible during renovations. It's clear when disabled people aren't involved. Yes. You know what Zach Polanski said in that quickfire question? Nothing about it without us, right? So you need to involve people affected in the decision making. It took him like 0 seconds to come up with that answer, and yet politicians don't really know that. That's a phrase that disabled activists use all the time. Nothing about it. Okay, is it a common saying? Then that should be basic awareness then, right? It's good that Zach knows that, but I guess other politicians don't.